Before 3D All-Stars, before Super Mario Maker 2, before Mario's 30th anniversary, and before Super Mario Maker. We had Mario's 25th anniversary. Yup, this was during the Wii/DS era, and of course during that era we did get a bunch of goodies. A Wii console featuring a interesting NES ROM of Super Mario Bros. But replaces the question mark blocks with the 35th anniversary logo as blocks. A Nintendo DSi XL system with Fire Flower, Mushroom Star, and the other stuff on it. And of course a bunch of other swag we received. However, during that era, Nintendo did give us this. Yep, basically the 3D All-Stars before the 3D All-Stars. But I'll give it a bunch of respect. This game was actually pretty cool at its time. Of course, the game is a port of the 4 classic Mario games from the original SNES Super Mario All-Stars. And we're gonna revisit it right now. Here's what the disc looks like. It looks pretty cool, and I'm gonna insert it in my Wii right now. There we go. Let's get started. So here's what the menu looks like. Of course, it has the 25th anniversary along with swapping logos. And that's actually a pretty cool home menu for the All-Stars game by the looks of it. Okay, right off the bat, that is actually a very impressive opening. And of course, what do we get? Here we go. Yup. We get the ROM of Super Mario All-Stars for the SNES. Alright, right off the bat, and to give the game some defense, I absolutely loved this game when it came out. And of course, you don't need the classic controller. You can easily use the Wii Remote to control the game, which is actually very helpful during that time, because there are some games that only have to require the classic controller, and I'm just glad Nintendo gave us a better option. The only con I have with this game is the control layout. Nintendo could have just, like, rather than showing us the SNES buttons, they could have just, like, replaced it with the Wii ones, but that's totally fine. But other than that, here's what it looks like on the big screen. Yep, of course back then, during the SNES era, the SNES wasn't backward compatible with the NES game, so what Nintendo did was actually remade all those games, the classic Mario games, from the ground up, basically using the Super Mario Bros. 3 sprite by the looks of it, or probably a little bit of it, and yeah, just remade it all just like that. And I'm gonna be honest, it's absolutely pretty cool. So let's start off with Super Mario Bros. 1, and I absolutely love that Mario sprite, and of course, they gave us a grassland, and yeah. And I'm gonna be honest, All-Stars SNES is absolutely cool, and definitely was very impressive at its time. You can tell Nintendo actually made this game from the ground up, because you can see the grass is blowing and Mario sprite. It's basically a reskin of Super Mario Bros. 3 sprite, but honestly, it looks a lot better. Also, I love how they gave him a solid eye instead of like a short one black eye thing. That's the one problem I have with the original Super Mario Bros. 3 sprite, is the eye part, but that's a whole other video I'll explain about later. But yeah, of course, we got the gameplay. And yeah, everything looks absolutely stunning and beautiful. And of course, Mario does the peace sign. And there's the underground level. And yeah. Such a timeless classic. What I do love about Super Mario All-Stars is how, like, everything looks, like, polished and clean, and having a bunch of light effects in the background and everything. They also have it in Bowser's final boss as well. And yeah. So yeah, the environment in the original Super Mario Bros. For All-Stars looks absolutely beautiful and stunning. And yeah. Yeah, I wanted to stay silent for that part. Super Mario Bros. Lost Levels is basically a recreation of Super Mario Bros. Lost Levels. You know, that one hard game that everyone has a frustrating time about? And yeah, the one part I do love about the 3D All-Stars version is the title music. It's so, like, calming and yeah. However, the only difference is with this version is Luigi's skills. So basically, with Luigi, you can jump high, and he's a lot more slippery, and yeah. So yeah, not much to say about this version, but hey, at least it's pretty cool. Super Mario Bros. 2, the real sequel besides Lost Levels. And of course, its sprites are loads better than the rest of the games in this collection, and you can tell. And yeah, Mario's sprite in this game looks absolutely better. Almost representing the Super Mario World sprite, but yeah, a lot better. Just like the 2 previous Mario games I mentioned, Nintendo did an absolutely good work of making the environment in this remake looks absolutely polished and clean and most likely beautiful. So yeah, here's the underground, here's what it looks like, and yeah. So there's Super Mario Bros. 2. And last but not least in this collection, of course, my main game. Well, basically I like the NES version better, but yeah. This version isn't actually not that bad. My main, Super Mario Bros. 3. And yeah, just like the previous 3, this game is also remade as well. And Nintendo did a better job with this one than the others. Well, Nintendo did a better job with the other 3 as well. But yeah, this version is absolutely pretty cool. And yeah, I just love the small Mario sprite in this one. The only one part that does bother me in this version is the gloves. Like, Mario has no gloves, but I'll let that pass. He did have gloves in the Super Mario Advance series, and yeah. And yeah, there is Super Mario Bros. 3. So there is nothing else in this collection besides the main 4 games, and yeah. Of course, there's no optional menu, but that's totally fine, yeah. So that is the entirety of Super Mario 3D All-Stars. So there you have the Super Mario All-Stars Wii port. And somehow, and unfortunately, this sucker never even got a Wii Virtual Console or a Wii U Virtual Console release. And basically, this is the only re-release that Nintendo could come up with, and yeah. However, earlier ago in Mario's 35th anniversary, they did actually brought this sucker back to the SNES Online membership, where you get to play the game, of course, if you have the Switch Online. And of course I played that game and it was a total blast. However, there is one Mario All-Stars version I'm sure some of you guys never heard about, or probably have. And that is Super Mario All-Stars plus Super Mario World. So I would basically describe this as the definitive Super Mario All-Stars collection, where you basically have 5 Mario titles this time, and with a much more orange background. And yeah, here's what the SNES cartridge looked like, and yeah. But the one part that really impressed me with Super Mario World on Super Mario 3D All-Stars collection is they actually recreated Luigi's sprite to make him from a lazy Mario palette swap all the way to his own sprite, and I gotta say, this sprite looks a lot better than a lazy palette swap, and yeah, you can tell there's a bunch of more personality with this sprite anyway. Luigi's just being cool and all, and yeah. As much as I do love this sprite, I kind of like this one a lot more better, in my opinion. Although I'd still like this one, but I like the Mario Maker 2 Luigi sprite a lot better because it's more like cleaner, more darker, if you guys get what I mean. But yeah, overall, I love this sprite a lot better, and it definitely suits Mario Maker 2, and yeah. And it does absolutely look fantastic. You know, as much as I've absolutely loved 3D All-Stars, All-Stars, sorry about that, I need to get that correct next time. As much as I love All-Stars, I would describe Super Mario Maker 2 as the real Super Mario All-Stars. Oh yeah. Lastly, I made a remastered version of Super Mario Bros. World -1 in Super Mario World style, and I gave it a beautiful look. And of course I added a little lo-fi music to give it some calming designs and everything. So now you get to finally play Super Mario Bros. World -1 in a beautiful Super Mario World style, and yeah. Here's the code if you guys want to download it. Other than that, hope you guys liked this little revisit, subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys in the next video, so peace out. Lastly, shoutouts to AwesomeMaker22. Other than that, I'll see you guys in the next video, so peace out.